Hello, welcome to Current News. I'm your host, Chris Davis, and today we'll be discussing the protesting that has been going on for several days now in America and why it's all happening. So, as you already know, protesting and rioting have been going on in America for about 7 days, and it's because of the outrage of the death of George Floyd. And in these riots, damage has been done to private businesses, um, and police cars. Even the CNN news station was attacked on live television. Also, a CNN news team was arrested during the riots. You've also There's also been reports of CNN news reporters being hit with rubber bullets while they're covering the riots. Um, Government officials on both political parties have called this type of protesting self destructive and not productive, calling for the non-violent civil rights movements of Martin Luther King. Mayors who have to deal with these riots in their cities have called for police officers in riot gear, and they have been pepper spraying and shooting rubber bullets at protesters in order to control all of the rioting. Some people have said that the riots are necessary because all the other methods have been exhausted and politicians have not been listening or doing anything to make to improve the racial status in America. But why was what I want to talk about is next is why was George Floyd arrested in the first place? How did it all started? So how did this all start? So on May 25th, late in the evening, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, George Floyd was at a convenience store and he bought some cigarettes. The employee who was working there at the time was upset because he believed that in order to pay for the cigarettes, George Floyd used a counterfeit $20 bill. He asked George Floyd for the cigarettes back. George Floyd didn't want to give back the cigarettes. So the employee called the police on him, and the police and the person on the phone claimed that George Floyd used a counterfeit bill, and at the time he seemed drunk and not himself. Well, George Floyd was sitting in his car with two other people. That's when Minneapolis police showed up, and Officer Thomas Lane came up to George Floyd's car, pulled out his gun, and asked him to get out of the car. As the police officer was arresting George Floyd, George Floyd resisted, but as he was handcuffed and told why, he complied with the officer. As the officers were putting George Floyd in the police car, George Floyd resisted and fell to the ground. And the reason why, he said, because he was claustrophobic and did not want to go in. On the second attempt of putting George Floyd in the car, that's when Officer Derek Chauvin showed up and came on the scene. He put George Floyd on the ground again on the ground, and he put his knee between his head and neck, and he did that for a little over 8 minutes, and that was George Floyd's final moments. So this is how George Floyd came into contact with Minneapolis police, why they arrested him. Um, it wasn't Officer Chauvin's power to kill George Floyd right then and there. He could have put him in the police car and follow protocol and have him go through the system. But that didn't happen. So that's why we are having all of the riots right now. It's just another case of police brutality and excessive force, and another officer killing another black man um, with excessive force. So that's all we have for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Um, do you agree or disagree that George Floyd could have just been put in the car and taken to the police station as usual? Do you think that these riots are necessary, or do you think they're self-destructive like the politicians say? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you liked what I had to share, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and all of you have a great day. Bye.